This is my audience, and this is my note card. 45,222 people die every year from gun-caused violences. After hours of research, I have become better understanding of this topic and feel as if I'm able to talk about why I think our state should implement more specific gun laws. We live in a world today where gun violence has become the number one cause of death and has become overall more popular in our state. As you can see in this chart, the number of deaths from 2015 to 2020 skyrocketed. And those numbers have just been increasing over the years and are now higher than they ever were before. The South Dakota Legislative Research Council should implement a concealed carry law in South Dakota. Today we're going to talk about what a concealed carry law is, why we need it in our state, and how it's going to overall help our state and even the world. Many U.S. states don't have a concealed carry law, and among all these states, South Dakota is one of those states. Concealed carry increases homicide rate. This is stated in the AmericanPress.org. This means that allowing someone to carry a concealed gun increases the number of deaths caused by these guns in our states. What is concealed carry? Well, as stated in the South Dakota Legislator.gov, it is the practice of carrying a concealed weapon on your person in public. Not having a concealed carry law makes it easier for anybody to carry a weapon anywhere they go, on their person, and everything. People who are allowed to own a gun, which is people who in South Dakota who are 18 years or older and have not been charged with any type of misdemeanor of like violence or stuff like that, are allowed to own a gun in South Dakota. And since since South Dakota is a permitless state, they are also able to conceal carry without having a permit, meaning they don't have to go through all the background checks and everything to get a permit to conceal carry in our state. So now that we have a better understanding of what our problem is, we can talk more about the solution. The first step South Dakota should take to decrease the homicide rate is to implement a concealed carry law. Implementing a concealed carry law makes it so you have to have a permit in order to conceal carry in South Dakota. This is something that's going to make it so there's better background checks and is going to make it overall more difficult for somebody to be able to conceal carry. And this is important because people should have to go through more specific background checks to see if they're eligible to carry a weapon, because not everybody in our state should be able to just carry a weapon on their person without having any sort of permit or anything saying that they're allowed to do this. States with a law like this have a 30% decrease in homicide rates and when compared to states that don't have this law, and this was found on bu.edu. And this means that the states that have a law making it so you have to have a permit to carry a weapon like this have less deaths and homicides by gun in their state when compared to a state that does not have a law like this. So now that we know why it's important to have a law like this in our state, we're able to talk about why it's going to help our state and just the United States in total. First of all, this law helps everybody, not just a specific group of people, but it benefits everybody in South Dakota and any of the other states. If the homicide numbers decrease, the safety of our state is considered much higher, and that's something that our state should strive to have, is a higher safety rate. Creating this law will decrease the number of deaths by gun, and this is important because it'll make everybody become more comfortable in their daily lives and make it so nobody fears going to work or to school and stuff like that, and overall makes our state considered a lot safer. And to conclude, this is only some of the reasons this law should be implemented in South Dakota to make our state safer. There is permitless carry in South Dakota, meaning anybody who is allowed to carry a gun can carry it without having specific background checks and everything like that. And because of this, the homicide rates in South Dakota are higher than they should be. But with the passing of this law, we can help make our numbers decrease. The South Dakota State Legislative Research Council should implement a concealed carry law. Now, I challenge you to consider looking into laws like this for yourself and to see what you can do to help get laws passed. There's many organizations that do things like this where they have more gun laws and they strive to push for gun laws to be passed, and I think it's important that we all look into joining or supporting a group like this in our area.